If you've been following this story on Mica Miller's passing, you also would know that Pastor Red Flags and his cult church, if you would call it that, this story just gets more bigger by the day. And there's more stories that are underreported as this story just blows up in the internet sphere of the blogosphere, that is. Hi, it is late into the night, and I'm reporting on a story that is getting bigger by the day, and that's the Mica Miller story. As I was listening tonight, I was listening to Officer Tatum report on new evidence that may be not surprising, but it's getting bigger as we are watching this unravel day by day. That it may be possible that Mica Miller may have not unalived herself. Now, these reports keep coming in, and there's tips, and FBI is investigating, so we still don't know the details of the investigation and probably won't know for a while. And when I say for a while, that just depends the length of the investigation, because the investigation is not into the death of Mica Miller, it's into the details of the church funds and finances. I believe that is what we've been told. So, with that understanding, let's get into past red flags. Well, it's possible that with everything I've been listening to and the details of the stories that have been reported by neighbors, best friends, church, former church goers that went to Solid Rock Church, had reported strange behavior by none other than Pastor Red Flags. And I'm sorry, I have to get a glass of water. I'm sorry if I went there. It's the only word for him. There are red flags everywhere when you talk about somebody like this person. Pastor Red Flags, there's no getting around it. He does everything that is beyond comprehension. Um, there have been incidents of gummy, uh, what do they call those? Uh, THC gummies. And then when they take them, you hallucinate. I'm sure you get where I'm going with it. And then Micah gets locked up in a facility with hallucinations. Come on now. Now, if you take too many of those gummies, you're going to hallucinate. Hello? Okay, so she gets locked up in a psych ward, and this is an ongoing drama that is embedded into this story. Now, I'm just sharing you bits and pieces of the story that unfolded. I'm not even sharing the graphic stuff because it's too graphic, it's too late at night, and I didn't want to get that far because I have something more to share that's separate from this specific story. But I needed to touch on Pastor Red Flags' behavior because there is more information that's coming out that there's a possibility that Micah did not unalive herself. And that goes to Officer Tatum. And Officer Tatum looked at the reports, and there's more information that's being revealed. So I'm going to link that in the description box below. Now on to the next story. This story comes from TikTok, and I have a link for that too. And this is about the migrant children when they come across the border. And Dr. Phil went down to the border to find out what happens to these migrant children. And that story will be linked in TikTok, and it is probably something you would like to see. But because it's YouTube and it's TikTok, I have to leave certain things out, and it's for you to find out. So, with that being said, have a good night and God bless. Thanks for listening.